Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been about half a year ago since I made a video about my portfolio, and while I tend to not make a lot of changes in my portfolio, I think it would be nice to do like a half yearly or maybe a quarterly update on my portfolio. Um, so that's plan for now. This one is obviously going to be half a year, and I think we should start with the previous portfolio. This was the portfolio I shared with you about 5-6 months ago. I was owning about 10 companies back then, and yeah, the main company was obviously DGOC. Some other strong players back then were Criteo and American Airlines Group. International Airlines Group was at 8.2% as well, pretty big boy. And I had some smaller positions that may or may not have increased, but we'll get to that in a bit. First, there is one company that I sold, and that's AMG. That is Affiliated Managers Group. I had a very small position in this company, and yeah, I reflected on this position and I realized that I bought this only from a undervalued perspective and not from a okay, what's my thesis? Like this company, I barely knew how this company made money. Basically, I didn't have an investment thesis behind this company, therefore I decided to just sell it. I think I sold it with like a very small loss because of currency differences, and that's about it. I just wanted to be gone because I knew I didn't have an investment thesis that, and I should have had one, so I just decided to sell it. Bought companies. Well, I actually bought three companies, and the first one I'm going to mention is S&P. S&P is a company that is active in the software industry. It's a German company. It's mostly has professional services, so it has a lot of members that or a lot of employees that are working on project basis with customers, and what they do is they mainly they have, for example, one ERP system on a certain version and they want to move to the next one. How are they going to convert the data? How are they going to move the data? S&P tends to help with that. Why I invested in this company? Well, they are working on software that will automate the process or automate part of it, and obviously software is scalable, and I believe to be a early bird, including the like a bit of a bad pun, but I think you can be an early bird in this investment by preemptively investing in this company before it becomes well known about his software conversion for ERP systems. The second one is Porsche Holding, and the reason why I mentioned Volkswagen AG is because, well, Porsche Holding mainly owns Volkswagen AG, and why I bought Porsche instead of Volkswagen, well, because Porsche comparatively to the Volkswagen stock is about 30% undervalued. It has been dropping since I bought it, so that's a bit of a bad timing, I guess, but yeah, you can't really time that. And the reason why I want to invest in Volkswagen, well, everybody's talking about Tesla, and I think Tesla is an amazing company. Don't get me wrong, and I love their cars. But I think that Volkswagen is going to be, from a electric vehicle perspective, I think they will be the main supplier at some point because they have so many yeah, cars to produce, to sell, and all that. Their network is just insane, and yeah, if you look at I think it's worth checking on Volkswagen out and check their recent electric vehicles. They have a pretty decent battery as well. It's pretty competitive. Obviously, it won't have all the neat technologies a Tesla has, but regardless, I think from a value perspective and the likelihood to increase, I think Volkswagen is a better play from this point onwards. Does that mean that Tesla is not going to perform well? No, I have no clue. I just think that Volkswagen I can buy based on or Porsche Holding I can buy based on a price to free cash flow ratio that is very decent. I think it's below 5 at this point, and obviously it's impossible for me or for you to buy buy Tesla at such a valuation. Sure, it's a growth company, but I think Volkswagen will compete pretty nicely with it. And Avation PLC is the last company that I bought. It's the newest addition to my portfolio. It has been dropping since I bought it as well, so I am not a good timer. But on this company leases commercial aircrafts to other airlines. So from a share price, it got hit hard, but from a business perspective, it didn't get hit as hard. So it looked very interesting. I wrote a extensive report for my members in Dutch, and yeah, it has been well received so far. And yeah, what I mainly like about this company is that it has like a 21% insider ownership. And what I forgot to mention, S&P also has like a 10% insider ownership. And you guys know that I really like insider ownership because obviously they know more than I do. And yeah, it gives them a good incentive to get that share price up. Why my thesis with Avation is that I think it's very undervalued right now, and I think it can recover in 3 to 5 years. And besides that, I think that it is a potential takeover target because we've had some news in their investor relations page that before the crisis hit, that they were looking to sell the company, or they had interesting buyers or interested buyers. So yeah, it has the potential to get an extra premium above a decent share price as well. So I'm just going to be patient for this one and see what happens. Before, like I've mentioned the previous stocks I owned already, but to make this part a little bit different, I'm not going to go through all my stock picks again. If you want to see that right now, a info screen will pop up and you can check my previous video. But I want to share with you my lowest conviction and my highest conviction share that I own in my portfolio. And the lowest conviction one is Sandridge Energy. I think my thesis for this one is not that strong. It is undervalued, and I do believe that this share price does not currently reflect the company's worth. So I'm holding on to this one. But yeah, I'm not in a point where I'm like, okay, I really want to own more of this company. So I'm just gonna sit it out, write it out, and see what happens. They recently sold some of their assets, like their basically their headquarters. So it looks like the company is going to liquidate, and I believe from a liquidation perspective, I will benefit more by waiting than to sell now and invest in something else. My highest conviction stock will come as a surprise. No, obviously not. This is DGOC. And because this is quite obvious that this is my highest pick, I'm going to give you my second highest conviction stock, and that is Turning Point Brands. I won't talk too much about this share, but I believe that if you are interested in companies like Aurora, like ACB, I think Canopy, those companies, Canopy Growth. If you're interested in those kind of companies, you really want to look at this one because they are branding out in that kind of area, and yeah, it is a very stable pick in that regard, and or relatively, I should say. And yeah, I really think that this stock is going to be good for me in my portfolio. I don't, because this is a speculative growth play, I guess, and this is not based on some history that they are selling these kind of products. I am hesitant to increase my stake, and I'm just going to leave it at the percentage that it is now. Will I sell any of it when it starts growing? No, I will hold this on for the next at least 5 years. We'll see where it ends up then. That leaves us with the final page, and that is the current portfolio. And something noteworthy is that the Gazprom has been decreasing in value, or my stake has been decreased. Capital has been increasing. I've added to this position. I've added to this position, I believe, since last time. I've added to International Airlines Group. What else have I added to? Well, I actually bought these for 3 stocks as well. So I'm averaging down on these companies that have been hit hard by the crisis, and yeah, because I've been doing so, even though DGC has been increasing in value since the last time I made my portfolio. Its overall portfolio share has been decreasing. Since the recent news from DGC, I am considering to increase my stake in that again. But besides that, there are also so many, like in this portfolio alone, there's so many stuff that's really undervalued right now that may be comfortable with me as well investing in that some more. So I'm just gonna be thinking about it a bit, and yeah, I think the last stocks that I will buy will be in December, and for this year at least, and then we'll see how 2021 will perform. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions regarding my portfolio, please leave the questions down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my portfolio as well. I'm pretty sure you're gonna think it's very risky. I agree with you in that sense, and I just feel comfortable with these picks based on my research, and I think that's very important when you think about risk management as well. And yeah, if you like these kind of videos, please leave a like, and if you want to receive quarterly updates, like the pinned comment down below so I know that this is something you guys are interested in. For now, I wish you guys a very nice weekend. As always, please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. The content on this channel and on my website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only.